Ana pensam pi o ehin ne befa. Manoni pi, fie pi, Africa pi, yombo so nkankra. Yeah.
You know, games now catch the quarter-final games be to us. The weekend the Mercedes-Benz Arena and then the MetLife Stadium. Now in a Bayern Monica, now Musia PG, and it was a game and I want to say the tempo, the intensity, the level, the quality of play and everything will be so high. It says the anticipating and game will not start, who say Bayern Munich about this particular tournament. No one team you almost despite so my team do that stage and against a team of friend Flamingo near can has a dear boom the class of Hurricane in a team boa or more, and near team ko ye Emma on team winning that particular game. It's against PSG, the best team in the game today. No, how will Bayern survive against them? But clearly said, so game in Bia. The first half was Bayern Munich. The only player not all pressure Bayern team was Bradley Barcola. But it was a game. Kvaratskhelia, Desiree Doué in the first half, Vintina, and Joao Neves in midfield. On there no more battle. But the rest of the PSG team, especially, on midfield no attack now more munya din bebrebe no said na omu game so it was Bayern. But the chances na about Bayern and Timia and Shet in the first half, and even in the second half, Bayern were still cruising and dominating until that unfortunate injury of Jamal Musiala and a Bayern and Timia Magem Nimpio, Emma Desiree Doué, a Koshe first goal, and said, one player also be a bonitin with the PSG team, but I don't think he's getting that mention. A brand friend Ashraf Hakimi.
Yeah.
But Piao. And from the quarterfinals of the UEFA Champions League, at the BBC semi-final, you Madrid said you, but Piao. And one thing about Bayern game when I was said you Hurricanes hadn't also be catching. He sometimes drop too deep. No, about Bejina ball to say you're acting as a playmaker. It is also one of the goals now. I'm more pressing on a J ball and I'm more progressive ball now. Ball no desire do it me echo ball no eche. Now who say Abranti our friend Manono ya say you unfortunately ball no yes or slepoye into one team and che ball no and a ball no a year first goal at the Emma Aitima your friend PAJ and the second goal okay again the run of play Bayern up pressure almost and said you man for I say Anthony Taylor is controversial, but for me, the two decisions on the day were spot on. One, William Pachu, a red card now, or the man for me was a red card, and again Lucas Hernandez red card and also. So I wish send combine those incidents number for education. Nimi na red card. Obetimi I raise all the concern about Anthony Taylor say these days odi games are na nsemba ho. But and game now would in a Saturday in a day. 2 red cards of the man Paris Saint-Germain in our Joe. For me, we got the decision right. Into 9 against 11, but not game now when a year until Osman Dembele. Omo de counter the Bayern Dembele the second goal a Babekan and my game on year 2-0. Bayern excelled in the first half. Omo team take you more chances and PSG came into the second half and Omo team take you more chances. Omo team qualify to the next stage of the competition. Now Real Madrid against Team Fred Borussia Dortmund. So munya decision in my Messan back you because for education that decision in me no for education purpose and I think say come video in my ankebeye. Now Madrid against Borussia Dortmund.
Okay.
Usually the old folks and almost share anytime and by Madrid actually say time and again no matter the opposition at Dortmund ebe try so omo betimi aye no whichever be the situation yenwie game no there na omotimi awini sa game no na niema miensa na abe pick from the Real Madrid game no in this particular competition ekoso ewo the FIFA Club World Cup. So you one, you talk about the performance of Frank Garcia. 2, you talk about the new role of Ada Gule, and 3, the young sensation Abranti FN Gonzalo Garcia affront. Frank Garcia one player. Obia won say last season. Na Carlo Ancelotti need confidence when it comes to the big games. the last game some boy with Champions League no now resort to Abrante a friend no David Alaba for a long time now on to me and more led back no push you the central defensive pair but say yo or the Frank Garcia etneti no use the game I will use to Frank Garcia in the second half against Arsenal Shakwen of fast to lose that ball to Gabriel Martinelli into defensively Bibia Chelsea Abrante and very weak it is all person done the best when you dia then Manenko as a wing back and over Javi Alonso team now or how to set up a 3 back 5 back and 4 back but in all or you soon as a flying full back or the left side and the guy has improved so well in the FIFA Club World Cup Oko Adagule now the last time Ichire Moha say he's the new Redondo and Guti of the side or director omo playing from central midfield position and this young sensation Gonzalo Garcia said you this young boy, a coin wafa so performing the FIFA. He's not the top scorer of the FIFA Club World Cup. Any positional sense, any movement, or he's so instinctive, and will make sure say he's there at the right time. Born the buy, I know, or not the boy, not me at what him. And Mbappe came, crowned the game with a spectacular goal. And Trebebi and Mbappe dinner and look at that acrobatic ball now. Ultimate boss in all Courtois and a save situation on the day. And said you. Mr. Sabistan himself take out the ama team your friend Dortmund. Okay. But Courtois Jinaho at the right time. Born on the inside kind of coca upon the Saba no cremusi etwitwe. That was Courtois for you. That night and now we expect to say anytime bia no so tinambudia you find it very tough, especially on the elementa and said you and no any save now on your screen.
All right.
One referee no etimi epon here. So it was 2 good games and the 2 teams have qualified to the next stage of the competition. Naturally, say, the team deserve to qualify to the next stage of the competition. Now to few transfers as
my uncle, Dr. Honon, FIFA Club World Cup, Krabi, Nafi Yemra, Jama Musiala Suna from by one time. Yeah, Nipranes.
So disheartening.
Yes.
And now we see team now. They are there.
99 Quano. Very serious. I'm told they'll be taking about 6 months or so. And that's some good to cry. Yes. I'm on TV. Don't come with Nana, you know. Nah, serious. Very, very serious.
So sad.
Ashraf Hakimi, so, I say, time be an improvement.
He keeps improving.
Yes.
He keeps improving. General, Paris
and ball not the man, Dembele.
Yeah. Pure class.
Wow.
Now, you know, why are consistently throughout PSG team no, this season, almost strength power for me is maybe their fullbacks. Ashraf Hakimi and then
Nuno Mendes.
Nuno Mendes are top attackers and them throughout the season. And what was Ashraf Hakimi they do baby why do you cry also a defender because offensively no he gives you more than even the defensive duties and obviously they have solid center backs their midfield for me a more coherent in BB general now Obaka Saturday na make us say German for me nyina beko ifi so for me the whole of the quarter-final phase a single surprise team B scoreline be no surprising me Chelsea eliminating Palmeiras 2-1 for me. Chelsea from the word go now we a favorite to eliminate Palmeiras. Then Ufa a PSG beaten by Munich by 2-0 again throughout the season. PSG and then even in the tournament PSG actually they are a better team than Bayern Munich. So the 2-0 over against Bayern Munich wasn't surprising to me. To the extent say when they were leading by just a goal, they had a red card. Now I expect to say Bayern never capitalize on the red card, and Kibia were to me at and then Desire Dewey, and so they bet to as well. The game and yes, first half was for Bayern, but I think it could have been ended some 4 goals because her mistake now Manuel Neuer, it was just a matter of sheer luck and now that ball Antoinette. Then there was another one, Abakola, a B in the body, it decided to be placed to the far end. Manuel Neuer is so huge. They created a number of chances. It could have even been more than 2. So for me, that scoreline wasn't surprising. Madrid team, a bit unpredictable for people next season. Because, one, how they line up game after game, and even roles assigned to players. Say me who very well against Dortmund, I saw a typical of a 4-4-2 diamond. All Chouamini at the base. You have Jude Bellingham on top of the diamond, and then the two guys with Abrante and Ede Gonzalo Garcia and Vinny Jr. leading the top. The Mourinho bar Chelsea for that diamond no ebina no. There are games you see him setting up with 3 back. They are going to be a bit unpredictable next season. And this is the game who said Rodrigo Nomne Mbappe a free air bench. General Mbappe go no a pure class. We are sure. A pure class. Cross no. Onyabutre onim de obey, he knew say he's going for the bicycle kick. He had the technique right and the accuracy was just super. I'm sure says I'll go Mbappe say Cristiano Ronaldo or Messi and Kebia social media be break it down or train class. You know, all in all, now we have 3 Europeans against a Brazilian side in the semi-final. Chelsea can eliminate Palmeiras. In their desire to get to the final, they have another Brazilian side in Fluminense in front of them, so it may eliminate you. Adeba Akuswa, the face the teams that did well in the course of the season are still progressing. Chelsea won the Conference League. They are in the semi-final. Yeah. Paris Saint-Germain won the Champions League. They are in the semi-final. Of course, the winner of Europa League, they didn't qualify. I think say Chelsea but 3 Europeans versus a Brazilian side, 1 trophy is at stake. Super.
Okay. If you ever transfers no and so kakra weekend activities, you know, and I see Africa and if na be and Komo Kessben television. Andy, you heard transfers no kakra.
You know, one team a lot of people are about the transfer market. Arsenal. Now, Obia raised concerns about almost signings and why almost how much Liverpool might quick to sign players at the expense of them, because Obia himself almost here 1 or 2 players be almost the almost certain department. A bit more team letting me grow for next season because my closer in the last few seasons. Obia will say Arsenal Omoka Caribbean on betting at the Premier League. Until a saying who said there be a bisa and the Arsenal phone to Omon sign player, Arsenal to Omon sign striker. So you Omoko copy mu Lisbon. Now copy mu Lisbon na a issue of jokers. A home come up and Obia who chema mentria. Abba Brantian from last week in the Babysine. The Arsenal focus here Sporting Lisbon for penny for initially. Now my plan was Benjamin Sesko and now the preference of the sporting director. But I realize like say 100 million euros or month so until we are already ready so be no about be fano. And then my Arsenal decided say no. Then Sadia for money in Portugal. No more trade jokers. Say onu so betimi yaba. And say you encourage free Portugal everybody say jokers oni Arsenal for I agree. See sika 7 no nko na aka say omo Sporting Lisbon be wie because enkomo omo de omo kodi na Arsenal penny for na back to London. Bibia say jokers within days here dear anymore there a branch and a baby see a kind Ediama Arsenal. Inti the number 9 na Arsenal for a penal said you a branch or dash enter or no and no betting and yan anymore. No baby to Tanama Bibianso etimi akosuye. Still Arsenal. And run a branch of friends will be Mendy, a baby drew a Arsenal. Said you on also be a sign in the contract. Needs one player from last season. And a bar Arsenal for a sign to be Mendy. Arsenal side to be Mendy. Or now Bassa or call Real Madrid. A Chia Coba said, Javi Alonso craft friends on Tony Boas and won't take a decision to join Arsenal. Now, Babe founded now Babe, but Real Madrid in Filfio, no be control method for them. But still Arsenal for a push or mobility and Abrantino. And after the exit of Giorgino and then Thomas Tepatino, said you, Abrantino or Modena Bar. Omodene ebabeshim finfin man emetimi akoye nti Arsenal in their midfield omo ba benya 3 former players of Real Sociedad nti the Chelsea call for Brighton and Manchester City Arsenal there omo call for Real Sociedad nti so hwe omo guys na offer Martin Odegaard offer Miguel Merino and then offer Abrantia a friend Zubimendi. I said, these 3 guys now guys are almost 3 years of that, and I baby Pimu Arsenal. And Arsenal made for a point for choice because I do Mahmoud Declan Rice crown Sudan and Sankan. And imagine having Zubimendi, Declan Rice, Odegaard and midfield. Let us say Arsenal a solid midfielder. Next season, team should watch out for them, and the roles will be clearly defined. Zubimendi as number 6, as a director in midfield, and then Unya Declan Rice as the progressor, and Unya Odegaard as a playmaker. I think say Arsenal and Fifi in general, BBI kama. Omona Chelsea gusu edin come for no name Madueke. Rodrigo issues nearby, but say yo, PJ for abo Pierre Rodrigo say omu hiano so omra meka omu team no, and Arsenal also puchi, but Arsenal a contact Chelsea because already no name Madueke dia to me say obeba bi sia kan e dia ma team your friend no Arsenal already. Medical chire mo ha say Arsenal pe player Bukayo Saka ni obetimi ache na 9, Martinelli ni obetimi ache na 9, a player obetimi am more options in attack, and they think that so unya no name Madueke ba Saka adwuma no obetimi aye. And recently we hear Chelsea games no obehu say on the left side no coach your friend Enzo Maresca so use no eba bibia so timi ekoyie nti ono nso no omuguso ana na etwetwe nkomo say Chelsea so £60 million and this guy enso ebetimi aje ho nti dia aka ne say Chelsea Arsenal betimi no makasa yi na no ne Madueke nso etimi aba be kan mutinti the midfield is okay and say Jokres nya elande nko ade a Arsenal are ready for the season. The Akano the change of mentality from the coach and the attitude of players on the field of play. Na bibianso akoyi e de Arsenal. Manchester United and so still in the transfer market in hwa no omo na sejo obi ani mi say Victor Osimhen ese onko Hilal. Encreba ni chiremu a Ruben Amorim ne Osimhen di nkomo ka kire ne say he is their first choice. Omo number 9 na omo pe no Osimhen na your first choice. But yes, he said, Genoa, the ama abase Osimhen ade penisa obetena Galatasaray no sikasem. Osimhen give 256,000 euros. Ewo Napoli no de call Galatasaray. Sejo Manchester United for say. So Osimhen beba bobu ko nim ko ade a eni sika no onte so. Onim say last season ewo the summer transfers. The ama Osimhen entimi ama Chelsea ni sika ni wages o yes obeji ni week because Chelsea forecast say wage bill no mo pese o mo teso nti no mo say bench well nko nti no mo say Raheem Sterling enko nti on timi ntua sa £300,000 no ensa ama Osimhen and then ma last minute o mo etimi ejemu nti Manchester United and Osimhen so obeba dia asejo the sika no on teso ansa no metimi asan and we Galatasaray they are ready to offer him 340,000 euros a week. It is a do. Also on this scan so on this scan almost say to the amano already you are rejected a year 50 billion euros from Al Hilal. Inti sikasem and ama Victor Osimhen. Say ya bibia chire say you abrante no obetimi move to Galatasaray. And say you why the Turkish teams now am I ready to offer crazy money. His car team your friend Fenerbahce they offer John Duran from Hilal Ediaba into am ready to invest, and it is the reason why players ne push say obo ebetimi adjoin no monti Osimhen deal to Manchester United no wantimi antini sika no so said Manchester United should look elsewhere for a different striker. Jadon Sancho one player or person oko Juventus na nano mebeka no ha say deal no so close Juve di Kenya Jonathan Davis Eddie Abrante na ba na omo hwe Sancho say omo ede ne beba initially omo proposal Vlahovic and then Douglas Lewis, but medical say 373,000 euros a week. Manchester United in Tiasesicana and Farmer Vlahovic. It United will not accept that particular deal. And the Aston Villa for now said you Abase omo pa Brantia your friend Vlahovic into likely say so Juve for Betona Aston Villa woman asisia de omo person omo fa Brantia. It Jadon Sancho waje pene say Juve no beko and Juve offer Vlahovic, Douglas Lewis. Manchester person omokofa Abrante friend Javi Guerra from team my friend Valencia. He's a number 8. Or a central midfielder or a playmaker. Omo person omokofa Abrante no Eden Eba. Inti no na ma Douglas Lewis moved to United no. I can kakra because no be him say a player wa ball Aston Villa best player of the season, moving to Juve, wakonya ni issues, or person oba back to the Premier League, Leeds United, person omoko fan deneba. But come the name Manchester United, we all know United say the number 8 position for Manchester United is secure. Kobe Manu Bokakra, Ugati, Ebokakra, into Omunya Obia, Obedran Fifu direct to Omu game on the amount. Bruno seen more as an advanced midfielder. No, be any same come for Douglas Lewis, Passejo, and Yadia say United. Shares are move no. Omo he say sikani mum and omo betimi age ama bibian so etimi akoye. Luis Diaz one player and on sport ebe report here from Barcelona say he's the first plan. The plan A for Barcelona left wing position na Nico Williams amano abrante fan Luis Diaz for Liverpool. Say you anope ya enkre ba na say abrante ne team my friend Bayern Munich. Omo agree personal terms. Person come Bayern Munich. Obi him say Bayern for a long time are looking for a left-sided forward, and Koeman injury prone, and now all my glimpses of what he can offer in the game against PSG. But again, almost Bradley Bacola and fat, almost Gabriel Martinelli and fat. Said you baby, almost do see idea. Almost the Abrante fan Luis Diaz for Liverpool, and I said you almost agree personal terms are BB HSA Abrante fan Luis Diaz no. Said you obetimi akọ Bayern Munich. Say sika 70 BB to India. Obetimi akọ Bayern Munich na akọ akosi wakan.
Oh, okay. Enti yebeko aba na yabetwa so e de mamo